What's going on, guys? It's Stubbs here. Welcome back to another video, and today on Need for Speed 2015 I decided to finally show you guys my RX7. So this is my beastly RX7 that I pretty much compare everything else to, because you guys have heard me in the videos before where I tune like a drift car or something like that, and then I always compare it to my RX7. Now, the reason why I do that, as I'll tell you guys in this video, is because this is the best drift car so far that I've ever driven in this game. It is so much better than everything else, and it's weird because the closest thing that has gotten to this was pretty much the BMWs, the M392, the E46, and the M4 as well. So that is pretty much the cars that I've gotten the closest to this as a drift car. But if you guys remember, very early in my Let's Play series, I ended up buying this obviously as one of my first cars. I ended up driving this thing. I tuned it so it was basically a mix between a grip car and a drift car, because in this game drifting sort of rewards the player even though you're doing like grip races and stuff like that. So I ended up getting quite far in the Let's Play with literally just this one car for both events, until I ended up adding the Ferrari 458 as my grip car. So since then I've literally been getting people to ask me to show off this car and what I've done to it. Why is it so good? And I finally decided to make a video on it because, you know what, I listen to you guys. Alright, so the design is not a pre-made design. This is a design that I made all the way back in the Need for Speed beta, and then I ended up deciding to sort of transfer it over to this game. I didn't really transfer it over, it's just once this game came out I ended up basically remaking this design on the car. So this is pretty much what the RX7 looks like from the exterior. Not really a lot of stuff to worry about here. A bunch of stickers on the back, and that is pretty much it. That's all that there is to that. Now for the performance customization, I ended up bringing the horsepower up a little bit from the Let's Play. So once I finished off the Let's Play, I think I finished it off with around 700 horsepower, maybe a little bit less actually. So this is pretty much what I have here. I haven't like decided, like, see, this is still on, the R bars are still on race. The tires are on P, right? So I've apparently decided to bring the tires up all the way to P. But they are very good, even if you bring them down all the way to either S plus or S. That's pretty much what I used them for before, but since I brought the horsepower up a little bit, I thought I'd bring the tires up as well, and they don't disappoint. They're actually still quite good. The differential is on Elite, the suspension, the NOS, all this is still on race, as you can see, right? There's not a lot of stuff that I ended up updating since the Let's Play, so it's still very good stuff here. And as you can see, like, there's still a lot of stuff that I haven't updated to E or to Elite. Like, it's just a bunch of performance parts, and that's pretty much all I've done to that. Now for the handling tuning, I'll show you guys this. This was actually, one sec, I'll show you guys. This was actually set to this, right? Throughout the whole Let's Play, it was set to sort of this setting, just a notch from the left of the middle towards drift. But now I brought it down 2 more notches, and this is pretty much what the car is like now. So let's go ahead and do an event, and I'll show you guys exactly what this thing handles like and why I think this is the best car in the game for you guys to use for drifting. Even if you're doing the Let's Play, even if you're just having a car altogether, driving around, so far from all the cars that I've driven, this is the best one for drifting. There's still a couple of more cars that I still have to drive in this game and actually build and do stuff to, and don't worry, I will get to those eventually. But for now, this is the RX7. This is my RX7, which I've used for quite a long time. So I'll do this exact same event that I usually do for pretty much every other I can't talk today. Every other one of my cars that I've been tuning for drifting, and I'll show you guys how good this is and why I think this is the best car. So when you're sliding around in this game, your car is always going to stay in the one gear, and you're always going to have to like hit off the rev limiter, right? That's the thing in this game, you know. You can't have a manual, you can't change gears whenever you want. You're basically stuck hitting the limiter all the time. So basically what the deal with this is, why I like this so much, is first of all, very easy to initiate slides and very easy to control them, right? But the best thing about this is whenever you decide to sort of, you know, you guys know that the car counter steers by itself, right? So whenever you decide to actually steer out of the corner, right? So when you steer towards the way the wheels are facing right now, your car will basically sort of extend its slide a little bit. So let's say you're really close to the inside. If you steer to the right, and then you steer back to the left again a little bit, it sort of extends the slide even more, and that's what makes this so good. It doesn't straighten up the car, especially if you... obviously, it will straighten up the car if you take your foot off the gas, or your finger off the gas, but it's... instead of it just straightening out and driving straight again like everything else, it feels like this thing has a lot more... oh my god, I died. It feels like this thing has a lot more to give in the corner. You get what I mean? So... that's why I think this is probably the best car to drive, because even though when you think you're about to straighten up again, you can literally just slide even more. And also the response is perfect on this car. It's... everything is just so well balanced on this car. That's why I love it so much. See what I mean? I still haven't straightened up yet, and I'm still getting points. It's just such an easy car. Look at this. All I have to do is just keep tapping left and right on the analog stick, right? On the left stick where I'm steering. And it just extends the slide more and more and more. And that is something that I haven't found yet with any other car so far, except for the BMWs. The BMWs are probably the closest ones that I've had to this. But this still handles a little bit better. I really, really like this car. And this is why I always compare every single one of my other drift cars that I build in this game to this RX7, because... right now I'm a little bit rusty, so this is my fault for crashing into the barriers and stuff like that, because I literally woke up. But it's very, very easy to slide. It's very easy to slide, very easy to get points, very, very easy to control. And obviously this extension of slides literally just gives you more points. That is pretty much the whole deal with this thing. It just constantly gives you more and more points. There's no... I don't see the reason for it not to be able to be like this on every single one of the cars. Look, I still haven't straightened up, and I'm constantly just extending my slide more and more. And you can start with any sort of angle that you want as well. That's my favorite part. You can start with any angle that you want in a corner, and then somehow just extend it and make it bigger and bigger, and you can consistently drive faster and faster. Alright, so it's very good. It's very, very good. I love this car. I've always loved the RX7 for drifting in pretty much any game that I've played so far. Hell, even my fucking intro for a while was the RX7 from Forza Horizon 2. Gran Turismo 5 RX7 was one of my favorite cars to slide around in of all time. Gran Turismo 6 RX7, again, that was, I think, one of my very first cars that I bought for drifting, and it was still one of the best ones all the way through the game. So the RX7 was always in pretty much any game, and like I just always thought that it was a very, very good car to drift in, and apparently in this game it's no different. So this is pretty much why I thought the RX7 was really, really good. So even with my bad sliding in that last race, I still ended up getting a decent amount of points, and more than pretty much any other car that I've used so far. And there you go. That is my RX7 right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Goodbye.